Okay, now this is my second time trying this. Let's see how it does. So first time I was doing it and it was spinning. So now we look like we're good. Okay, so we're good to go. So hopefully everybody that was on here before is coming back. Now, if you're watching this and you're watching this on the replay, and you were like, Dean, why didn't I get this live? Why didn't I get the notifications? There are two reasons why you didn't get the notification. First reason why you didn't get the notification is because you're not subscribed, or if you are subscribed, you didn't hit the bell. The second reason why you didn't get the notification is because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. What's going on with you, Mario Caldwell? Thanks for joining, Mario. How are you doing, my man? Hit the like button. That's right, Taylor. Hit the like button, my man. That's right. Hit that like button. Bear with me for one moment. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So super chat is enabled, and let's see super chat and let's see regular chat. So let me see if you guys are able to let's see something. I'm trying something out right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. So let's get out of that. Boom. Regular chat. Boom. There we go. What's goody? Jesse, I am winning, my man. I am good. I am winning. Mario says, I am good. I am good. What's going on? Good evening. Curtis Carter is in the building. How are you doing, Curtis? How are you doing, my man? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a live video that I'm doing. If you're watching this on the replay, like I said, two reasons why you're missing out. The first reason why is because if you are a subscriber or you did not subscribe, you did not hit the bell, so you didn't get the notification. The second thing is because it's late at night. All right, what's going on? You says all right, that's a weird question. Okay, trying to stay out of trouble, bro. That's good, Jesse. Trying to stay out of trouble. Curtis is in the building. Hey, Dante is in the building. Hey, live, baby. Dean, what's good? I'm doing good. Deontay Penn, thanks so much for chiming in, my man. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, so you were able to catch the live. So if you're watching this on the replay, this is a live that I just decided to do. And let me tell you why I decided to do it. The reason why I decided to do this live is I just came back from having dinner with a friend of mine, and I could not sleep. And I was working on some billing, and I was trying to get the day before yesterday's, Tuesday, because now today's Friday. What's going on? Steel Hogan is in the building. Dean, your last video, you mentioned something that's gonna, okay. All right. So you said I said something that's going to get people caught up by the feds. What was that, Steel Hogan? So let me know what that is, Steel Hogan, what I said that would get people caught up by the feds. But what I was explaining right now is that the reason why I decided to go live is because I came home, I had dinner, could not sleep. And a lot of people had been reaching out to me, and they all would say, I'm afraid of this or I'm afraid of that. Like I would ask them questions, and we'll go through 3 or 4 different levels of questions, and then at the end of the day they say, well, I'm afraid of this or I'm afraid of that. That's what they'll say. They'll say, I'm afraid of this, or they'll say that I'm afraid of that. And so that being said, I wanted to do a video on fear. Now I taught Boyce Watkins just decided to go live at the same time that I decided to go live. So both of us probably can't sleep. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go watch Boyce Watkins. So dropping their paycheck into their business account, that's a huge no-no. Okay, Steel Hogan, you said that would get you caught up in as the feds. Why is it that dropping your direct depositing your check into your business check is a no-no? Help me to understand why you say that, and I can help you to understand why I say what I said. So maybe you can teach me something that I didn't know, or maybe I can teach you something that you didn't know. So we can try to figure out, this is a good opportunity for us to understand the politics. So let's talk about this a little bit more. So what I was about to say, or what I was saying, was that so fear. So a lot of people have a fear of something. Everybody has a fear of something. The person who says that they don't fear something is a lie, and they possibly fear the truth. Everyone has a fear of something. And so I wanted to talk specifically about the fear of entrepreneurship. All right. the fear in entrepreneurship. So that, as the title says, it says scared money don't make no money, and overcoming fear as an entrepreneur. Now, how many of you guys, if you're watching this right now and you're watching live and you are an entrepreneur or you want to be an entrepreneur, I want you to say owner. So if you are an entrepreneur, say owner. If you want to be an entrepreneur, say soon to be. All right. So if you're watching right now and you're an owner and you are an entrepreneur, I want you to say owner. Okay. So Taylor Watson is an owner. All right. Hold on for 1 second. All right. So Taylor is an owner. All right. Reggie says he's an owner. And you from Seoul. Not quite sure what that means. All right. Mario is an owner. Jay Marshall says soon to be. All right. Your LLC cleared today. Awesome. Congratulations, Taylor. You are an owner. All right. Shad is soon to be. All right. That's good stuff. Dean, there's a max percent you can charge on business credit card, like with a personal credit card. All right, dropping the giblets. Is there a maximum percentage to charge? You mean as far as utilization? Is that the question that you're asking, dropping the giblets? Or Scott, since I know your real name. So are you asking, is there a certain percentage that you can charge as in utilization? Or do you mean like, is there a maximum amount? Like, is there a limit? That's a very good question. All right, so let's see. Jesse is an owner. All right, dropping the giblets is an owner. All right. All right. Oh, Reggie's in Seoul, Korea. Okay. Dropping the giblet says yes. Okay. As far as utilization goes, no. So the factors that make up business credit are not the same 5 factors that make up your personal credit. So your business credit is calculated separately from the way business credit is calculated is completely separate from the way personal credit is calculated. So no, you can, as a matter of fact, that's why most accounts start out as a net 30. And with the net 30, you have to pay off the full balance in 30 days. You have some accounts that are net 7s, means that the full balance needs to be paid off in 7 days. Vice versa when it's starting off with business credit. Now, when you deal with utilization on the business credit card, the utilization doesn't factor into your Paydex or your IntelliScore. All right, so let's kind of go back because Steele Hagen said, I think I understand where Ghost was coming from. He says, dropping the paycheck into the account, and then it says W-2, personal SSN, and EIN is conform. You said is conforming. All right, you says you're piercing the corporate veil. All right, so Steele Hagen, you say that when you deposit your when you're depositing your funds into your business account that you're piercing the corporate veil. Absolutely inaccurate. Let me explain how come. Because after your when you get your check, when you get your check, let's say for instance, you get paid from your trucking company. You go to the check cashier place, you cash your check. After you cash that check, you've already paid taxes and everything on that. So after you cash that check, then you take that cash and you deposit that cash into your business account. That is completely fine. So what happens is that when you set it up as a direct deposit, then you will be completely fine when it comes to that. The reason why you will be piercing the corporate veil is if you co-mingle funds, and that's why I was explaining in the last video. I said you're able to do everything that you need to do, as in I said I was going to do a separate video on that as well, to explain it in more detail. So like I was explaining is that you'll be able to do the exact same thing as far as using it for fuel. You can use it for food. You can use it for any type of expense that you can actually tangibly write off. But I said what you cannot use it for is that you cannot use it if you're paying your rent and you're paying your actual bills at your house. So you can use it because it's considered tax deductions and tax write-offs. What I would suggest that you do, if you find yourself in that situation, pull the cash out, then turn around and write a check, or pull cash out of their business account, then deposit cash, or pull the cash out, deposit cash, or write yourself a check, an employee check if you want to, make yourself 1099 to your company, whatever you choose to do. But because it's a very small amount in the advice that I gave on people wanting to start their trucking company before they left, is to do it that way so that it'll go into funding. Now, my advice is to be in my course, because if you're in my course, I'm going to give you all the details. But the information that I gave that's the free information is the strategy that I told you what to do. But I'm encouraging everybody to be in my course, and then I can teach them how to do it the right way. So I said I was going to do a separate video that explains how you're able to do that the proper way. But most importantly, I just wanted people to know that they're able to start their own business right now. And after they start their own business, then they're able to have direct deposit into one account. And so after you've already paid your income taxes and everything else, your proceeds, your funds, you're able to do whatever you want to do. So even if you did have it deposited into a separate account, you're 100% fine. You're not piercing your corporate veil by doing it that way. So that's the legality of all of that. So, but that's a very good question though, Ghost. Very good perspective, very good question. So because you've already paid income taxes first, and the net proceeds are your income, is your net proceeds of your income, then that cash is just like cashing a check. Whether it's direct deposited or it's cashed, it's already gone through all the different processes of taxes and all the other good stuff. So what you do with the funds is what will determine if you pierce the corporate veil or not. That's the reason why I said I would do a completely separate video on that. But good question. But the video we're talking about tonight, we're talking about fear, how you're able to overcome fear as an entrepreneur. Scared money don't make no money. Scared money doesn't make none. Let's talk about how you're able to overcome fear as an entrepreneur. So most of you guys said that you guys were an owner. Most of you guys said that you wanted to be. So let's talk about it tonight. Now, I know it's kind of late. It's really early in the morning. So many of you guys might not participate. But right now, there are 14 people watching. So let's get 14 likes right now. There are 14 people watching. Let's get 14 likes right now. And if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. So if you're watching and you're a hater, give me a thumbs down. If you're watching this and you're a supporter, give me a thumbs up. Let's participate. Now, even if you're watching this on the replay, this is very interactive. I want you to interact. If you find value in the information that I give, I need for you to do two things. Thing number one is I want you to interact. Let me know, because throughout my day, if you haven't noticed on my other videos, I come back and I interact with everyone. I invest in people that invest into themselves. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to share this. So if you found this valuable, I don't care if you copy the link and you share it to your baby mama, to your girlfriend, or your side chick, or your side dude, or your male lover, or your female lover, whomever you want to. I want you to just share the information, share the wealth. If you found this valuable, I want you to pay for it. Don't steal it now. Pay for it. The way that you pay for this is sharing it. Share the wealth with somebody else, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, like I said, texting it to somebody. You don't need to have social media to share it. I want you to share the wealth if you find this valuable, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the meats and potatoes of all of this stuff. So overcoming fear as an entrepreneur. Scared money don't make no money. Now, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 82. I know I'm a young buck. I know I am. But there was a rap song that came out that was very, very iconic. It says, scared money don't make none. Scared money don't make no money. That's very true. Scared money does not make any money. What does that colloquialism mean? Scared money don't make none is an African-American colloquialism that was made famous by a rap song, which basically means that if you're not willing to invest into any opportunity, you're not going to be able to make any opportunity back. So you're not able to invest if you're not able to invest any money into yourself, whether it be purchasing a car, purchasing an equipment, or taking a course, or buying a piece of furniture, or taking that girl out on a date, or taking that guy out on a date, or whatever the situation is. If you're not willing to make a move or invest, then you're not able to get a return. If you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to type down understand. If you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to type down understand. All right. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to watch below to see that you understand where I'm coming from. I want you to watch below and tell me if you understand where I'm coming from. Okay. So scared money don't make no money. If you understand where I'm coming from, if you're not willing to put out, then you're not going to get anything back. Okay, awesome. So Reggie says he understands. All right. Jay says that he understands. All right. That's good stuff. All right. Reggie says, okay, Reggie understands, and Jay understands. Okay, there we go. More people participating. There we go. Curtis understands. And like I said, guys, I know it's like 12, about to be 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not going to be with you guys long at all. I'm about to get into it real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay, awesome. Taylor understands. Okay, awesome. Yes, Taylor understands. All right. Yes, that's a very pretty name, understands. Shalog Turkeg understands. Okay, I apologize. I couldn't read that quite quickly. Okay, basically you understand. So let's talk about this. Fear as an entrepreneur. I'm going to be very candid with you guys, and I have fear, but my fear is a little different. I used to have the fear of failure. A lot of people had the fear of failure. The fear of failure is the fear that is going to fall. Like I said, everybody has a fear. Some people have fear of animals. Some people have fear of death. Some people have fear of love and commitment. Some people have fear of success. I'm one of the people that have fear of success. Let me explain what that means. I've been down and out so many times. I've been down and out so many times that I have to fight. Self-sabotaging behaviors. I've been down and out so many times that I have been accustomed to losing that I had to change my habits. I had to change my habits of losing to change my habits of winning. There are 3 things I want to share with you on how you're able to overcome fear, and I'm going to be out of your way, okay? So I said all of that to say that I've been down and out before. I am actually comfortable having nothing. I'm comfortable being down and out because that is my culture. Now, the fear of success comes along with, now that you have the big house, you have to maintain the house. Now that you have the beautiful wife, you have to keep the wife. Now that you have the successful business, you have to keep the business. Now that you have the pretty office space, you have to keep the office space. Now that you have the luxury car, you have to maintain the luxury car. So that has been my fear. My fear has been the fear of success, meaning that once I obtain a level, will I be qualified enough and will I be competent enough to maintain that level? That is a fear. That is one of the fears that I have fought, which have kept me in mediocrity for so long. And I thank God that I've broken out of my fear and I'm experiencing some of the things that I've talked about. But most importantly, what I want to express to you guys is that fear can be overcome on every level. Whether you have a fear of failure, or you have a fear of success, or you have a fear of commitment, or you have a fear of public speaking, every fear you can overcome. And I'm going to share with you 3 steps, or 3 things that you're going to need to overcome your fear. Let's talk about fear. Fear is an acronym. I believe fear is an acronym, which stands for false expectations appearing real. Some people say it's false evidence appearing real. I like to say that it's false expectations appearing real. Your fear is your expectations of what's going to happen is what's giving you this feeling of giving you this anxiety. Okay. If you understand where I'm coming from, and if you've experienced that before, if you have experienced it before, I want you to let me know. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to let me know if you've ever experienced it before, to where you have allowed your imagination to run wild with you, that you think like the worst case scenario, like all hell's gonna break loose, like the feds are gonna kick in the door, or all hell is gonna break loose, like you're gonna lose your job, or all hell is gonna break loose, like she's gonna cheat on you, or all hell's gonna break loose, like he's gonna cheat on you, or you're gonna get into an accident, or you're gonna lose this contract. So have you ever experienced that? If you've ever experienced any type of false expectations where you've allowed your imagination to run wild with you, I want you to be honest with me. Like I was just honest with you, I want you to be honest with me. I want you to say, experienced it. If you've ever experienced it, I want you to type down experienced it. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to write down experienced it, because it's the false expectations appearing real, that you expect negative things to happen and you allow your imagination to run wild with you. And the reality is that it's not even probably something that's going to negatively happen and negatively affect you. So let's talk about it a little bit more. Every fear that we have is a learned behavior. Hear me clearly. There are only two fears that we are born with as human beings. We have the fear of a loud sound. Boom! Something happens. Something makes you jump. I just made some people jump right now. That loud bang, something as a child or a baby, if you ever make a loud noise, you will hear a baby, you'll see a baby jump. The only thing that we are born with as human beings is the fear of a loud noise. And the second fear is the fear of falling. Whereas you have the dream like you're falling and it's like, oh, you have that dream that you're falling. Those are the only two fears that you are born with. Every other fear is a learned experience, okay? And you're learned by two ways, either your actual experience or someone planting that seed in you, all right? So either your experience or someone planting that seed in you. I used to be afraid of dogs as a kid. The only reason why I was afraid of dogs is because my mama put that fear in me. I never had a bad experience with a dog at all. She just hated dogs. And she was like, oh, don't keep that dog around me. So I learned to fear dogs until I started to interact with them myself. And I realized that. So I said all of that to say this, that the two fears that we are born with, like I said, is a fear of a loud noise, boom. And the second fear is the fear of falling, like, oh, you're falling. Those are the only two fears that you're born with. Every other fear is something that is learned. You either learn it by your own experience or you learn it by someone else planting that seed in you. Now let's talk about how you're able to overcome that. So if you're with me right now, and you're ready for me to move forward, if you got it, I want you to type down got it. So write down got it. Even if you're watching on the replay, because I'm going to come back. I have this really cool tool that's called TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy lets me see everybody that comments, and it also lets me see everybody that shares. So if you're watching this, I look at the views now. I'm kind of close to my analytics. You know, YouTube is my baby. So if I see we had 300 people watching and we don't have 300 views, that means somebody's stealing. So I can see when it's been shared. I can see when you guys comment. All right, so let's see who says they got it. Okay, awesome. All right, everyone experienced that. Okay, awesome. Everyone experienced that. All right, so Mario says my fear. Your fear wasn't that bad. Okay, that's good. Experienced it. Awesome. All right, Fresher Air Brown says that what's good, brother? Just going in the building. Good stuff, Fresher Air Brown. All right, so JD Hudson says experienced it. Taylor says he got it. He right there with me. Fresher Air Brown is right there with me. He got it. All right, Sade says got it. Mario says got it. Okay, awesome. Got it. Cool. So now that you understand that, every fear is a learned behavior. Now, how do you overcome that learned behavior? Either something you've experienced or something that has been planted in you. How do you overcome it? There are two ways that you can overcome it because there are two fears. There's fear of the known, which is fear of your experience, and then it's fear of the unknown, which is what possibly could happen. There are just two types of fears. All the fears that we have, whether it's a fear of failure or if it's a fear of success. Prime example. The fear of failure 9 times out of 10 comes from what you have experienced. The fear of success 9 times out of 10 comes out of what you have not experienced. Two polar opposites, but they paralyze people and sometimes they're misdiagnosed. Very good example. So that being said, the fear got it. Okay, awesome. JD says it got it. Awesome. So the fear of what can happen and the fear of what could happen. So let's talk about the fear of what can happen. The best way for you to overcome fear, I'm going to share 3 things with you and I'm going to be out of your way because it's kind of late. And the main reason why I wanted to do this video is because the other video was taking too long and I needed to make sure I dropped the video to stay consistent with my goals. But I'm still going to give you guys a very good talk today. 3 things that I want to share with you and I'm going to be out of your way. The first thing I want to share with you is that you need to know more. So the way that you overcome, the first way you overcome fear is you have to know more. So I want you to write down know more. Even if you're watching this on the replay, like I said, I'm going to come back. And if you interact with me, I'm going to interact with you. So I want you to type down know more, KNOWMORE, know more. All right. The first thing to overcome fear is you need to know more. What does that mean? The more you know, the less afraid you are. So let's talk about it. Worst case scenario. When I taught this in my private, in the exclusive group that's you get access to when you are enrolled into our course. And the way that I came about talking about this was I was on my way to the radio station. And as you guys know, Atlanta traffic has been horrible because of the sinkholes and because of all of the issues that we've been having. And so I was running super duper late, and we had I was interviewing two guests on the radio. I was interviewing the marriage club founders, and they were at the radio station waiting for me. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what happens if I'm late? I'm like, what'll happen if I'm an hour late? Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And so that's when I decided I was gonna teach on it, and I taught on it in the group. And then some other things happened in the business that I was very transparent about, but I won't share on this public forum. And it made me want to teach on the subject, and I overcame that. And a lot of people don't know how to overcome it, and I'm gonna share the principle that I did. Worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? When you know the worst case scenario and you come up with an action plan with the worst case scenario, completely takes the paralyzing fear away. Prime example, let's say for instance, if you have the fear of losing your job. Worst case scenario, what will happen if you lose your job? A lot of times you say, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh my God, I'm gonna be homeless. No, that's not true. You lose your job. Let's say, okay, come up with a plan. God forbid, if I lose my job, okay, do I have any family members that I can go and stay with? All right, I have a cousin over here. I got an uncle over here. Okay, my wife might have something, or my husband might have something, or my girlfriend might have something. And so what you do is you come up with a emergency plan in your mind of what you would do. Think your way out of it. Not saying that it will happen, but if you think your way out of it and have a real actionable, tangible strategy, then you'll be fine. Because what happens is that in fear and anxiety, in the heat of the moment, you'll think about all the crazy negative things that are happening, like, oh my God, I'm just gonna die, or oh my God, we're gonna be homeless. No, there's a lot of steps you would have to go through before you get to that point. And so what happened is that the enemy will mess with your mind and tell you that this is the worst thing that can happen, when that really is not the worst thing that can happen. The way that you overcome that and the way that you fight that is you have a real actionable plan of, okay, if this is a worst case scenario, walk it out in your mind. It takes that sting away from that. When you have the fear of the unknown, the fear of the, oh my gosh, what can happen? Worst case scenario. God forbid. Oh my God, what happens if she's cheating on me? If you have that fear that she's cheating on you, if she has that fear that she's cheating on you, then worst case scenario, you dump her. You go get the type of woman that's going to appreciate you. Or, oh my God, the fear that he's cheating on you, you dump him and you go and you get the type of person that can appreciate you. Oh, nobody's going to want me with 3 kids. No, that's not true. Somebody is going to want you with your 3 kids, your 4 kids, your 5 kids, your 8 kids. Someone's going to want you. So don't be paralyzed with that fear. Work it out in your mind. And when you work it out in your mind, then you're able to overcome that. So the first thing is no more. So if you're with me, I want you to type down no more. All right? No more. The way that you know more is you work out all the different scenarios in your mind, in your head. Not saying that you're going to experience it right now. You can actually be in a cushy job. Nobody is thinking about firing you. You just hit your quota. You just hit your goals. Everybody on your job like you, but this negative thought, this seed, this fear, this negative spirit will come into your mind and mess with you. If that happens, what do? You go down, worst case scenario, and you come up with a emergency situation. Worst case scenario, boom, I'll go stay with this person for 4 or 5 months, redo my resume, boom, boom, boom. But we're talking about fear as an entrepreneur. I'm gonna get into that a little later. We're talking about fear as an entrepreneur, but because I know that on my platform, I have people from all different walks of life that watch me, because I look at those analytics. So those shares and those likes, I'm going to be looking at those. So matter of fact, let's get 14 likes right now. So everybody hit the like button right now. We're at 14. We got 12 likes. Hit the like button. If you don't like this, hit the dislike button. I need you to tell me, like, Dean, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Hit the dislike button. Bam. And tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, even if you're watching this on the replay. If you like what I'm saying, I need you to hit the like button, say, boom, Dean, I love it, I appreciate it. I need you to let me know. Let's see. That's why I'm waiting, I'm watching. We looking at these analytics. We're waiting and we watching. Boom, 14. There we go. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. Just want to make sure that that you guys are with me. I'm not talking to myself. So first thing is know more, okay? After you know more, the second thing you have to do is do more. All right. So next, I want you to type down do more. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to write down do more. DOMORE. Do more. So let me see who's all participating with me so far. All right. Awesome. All right. JD Hunson is participating with me. Jerry Marshall is participating with me. All right. Sade Turcog is participating with me. Taylor Moore is participating with me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fresh Air Brown says, you're asking me, is my course mostly web videos that play at a certain time? Will I miss out on a video due to drive schedule? Very good question, Fresh Air Brown. So it's an online video course. You have access to a private online video course, and you can watch the video as many times as you need to. Everything is available for you on the replay. It's not just like on YouTube, how I video this live. You can go back and you can watch the replay. It's the exact same thing. So with the video, it's not go at your own pace. It's go at a reasonable pace. Every 3 days, content is released. The reason why it's broken down every 3 days is one, so people don't feel overwhelmed, like they can't do everything because like, oh my God, I'm so far behind. The second reason why is to slow people down so that they don't do things out of step. So the course is designed to walk you step by step. We hold your hand. So we have these, the actual online videos that are in our course that's separate from any format. You've never seen the format of the video courses because they're set up specifically for video courses, production, all the other stuff. But besides that, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, we have live webinars kind of like this, but it's in a private group. And it's a lot more interactive with what you guys need. But this is an opportunity for me just to speak truth to power to you guys. And I'm talking about fear. So let me stay on track. We're talking about fear. So after you know more, then you have to do more. What does do more mean? Do more is experience. A lot of times you are afraid to do something, so you're afraid to try. The more you do it, the less afraid of it you will become. Public speaking is a prime example. I was on the radio. I think it was yesterday. Not yesterday. My days are running to each other. I'm already, what time are we? It's already 1:22 in the morning. As you guys can see, I'm wide open. So as when I get done with this, I got some content I need to edit. But anyway, Tuesday, a young lady was like, Dean, I can never do what you do. I would love to do what you do, but I could never do what you do. Like, I'll get so nervous. Like, you're live on the radio in front of all these people, and I've seen you speak. I don't know how you do it. And basically, I told her that you just try. Like, you try and you practice. You do more. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Making cold calls. The more you pick up that phone and the more you get cussed out, the more you get hung up on, the easier it becomes. The more you do your sales pitch and you try to go out there and you try to solicit for business, the more you get turned down, the easier it becomes, the better you become at it. The more times you try to go and you contact a shipper to build your own relationship with them and you got your own authority. The more people hang up in your face, the more people laugh at you, you're one step closer to getting to your goal. The more you do, the less fear of it, the less fear you have of it. If you have the fear of dogs, the more dogs you're around, the more dogs you experience, the less fear you're going to have. This is the reality of the situation, is that you can overcome every single fear that you have that's keeping you bound as an entrepreneur. Most of the fear that we have as entrepreneur is in the realm of doing more. We are afraid to do. We are afraid of failing. We are afraid of looking stupid. We are afraid of people telling you, I told you so. Let me tell you something right now. The fear of failure hurts a lot worse than the sting of failure. Whenever I have failed at something in my life, I had such a sense of relief. And it's the funniest thing, like if I can sit back and look at it in hindsight, they say hindsight is 20/20, as I'm struggling and going through, like I'm scared to do something and it's like the anxiety stops me. But then if I fail at something, it's like, okay, I experienced that emotion. Now I gain the experience and I'm better at it. That's how I got good at speaking. That's how I got good at being able to captivate. That's how I got good at being able to demand the stage. That's how I got good at being able to offer my product. That's why my product is as great as it is because you know how many, yes, I have a 98% approval rating right now, but do you know how many loans that I got denied when I first started out? Oh my gosh. You know how many loans that I had gotten denied and people stealing loans from me when I first started out, when I didn't understand underwriting, when I just looked at the job from the aspect of selling a loan or selling a mortgage or selling a loan versus looking at it esoterically with underwriting and putting the package together and getting the approval. I mean, it took Martha Flores teaching me the game, how she did. So I said all of that to say this, is that the more you do, the less fear you have. Go out and try. I believe it was Warren Buffett that said, or I think maybe no, it wasn't Warren Buffett, it was Bill Gates that said that Bill Gates will never invest in anybody unless they failed at something first. Let me tell you the reason why. Because if you fail at something and you come back again, that means you've learned the lesson and you really have the hunger and the desire to be successful. The reason why most people don't hit their goals and fulfill their goals is because 95% of them never try. That's the reason why haters is the funniest thing, because haters are really just, haters and trolls are really just, they are, what's the word that I want to say? They are not, I don't want to say fans, they're supporters. They are supporters and participators that are in denial. The reason why an ambitious person has a lot of enemies, the reason why I have a lot of enemies. A lot of people do not like me. They cannot stand like, oh, you too flashy. Like, oh yes, you're going to see it. Oh yes, I'm going to flash. You understand what I'm saying? I come from the bottom. Oh yeah, you're going to see it. You're going to see that pretty smile. You're going to see it. A lot of people, a lot of folks cannot stand the black, they can't stand my black narrow tail. And the reason why a lot of them cannot stand me is because of the way I make them feel about not going after their dreams. They say, if he could do it, I could do it too. And it's okay. I've been there before. I have been there before. But instead of allowing that to become a seed of bitterness, I allow that to be a seed of ambition and determination. It's like, if he can do it, then I can do it too. So on and so forth. So I said all of that to say this, is that when you go after your goal, you go after your dream, people are going to talk negatively about you. A lot of times they're going to talk negatively about you is because they wish they could do it themselves, or they wish they can do something like that themselves. And they like the audacity of them. How dare them? How dare they? Or who do they? Oh my gosh, whenever somebody say, who do you think you are? Or somebody say, oh, you think you this. The reality is they in their mind think that you are that, or they in their mind think that you are that. If you understand where I'm coming from, and if anybody has ever said to you, who do you think you are? Or if anybody have ever said to you, oh, you think you all of that. If anybody has ever done that to you, I want you to tap give me 5 laughy emojis. So give me the laughy face in the comments. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you, even if you got an Android, you got the laughy emoji. I want you to give me the laughy emoji right now. We're going to laugh in the face of fear, and we're going to laugh in the face of haters, because people are going to talk about you. There's so many people that say, dang, I could never YouTube, or I can never go on Facebook like you go on Facebook because I'm afraid of what people are going to say about me. All right, so let's see who's laughing at me. Okay, Taylor Watson, people have explained, they have laughed at you. So people have said that to you, Taylor. Who do you think you are? Or you think you all that? You got dang right, I think I'm all that. All right, Fresh Air Brown has experienced that. Thank you so much for participating, Fresh Air Brown. I really appreciate that. And even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to participate as well. I want you to give me those laughy faces if you've ever experienced that before. So it's the fear of public ridicule. Thank you so much for participating. Jerry Marshall is in the building. Thank you so much, Jerry, for participating. Thank you so much, Sade, for participating. Thank you so much for participating, Sade. Yes. So you guys have all experienced somebody saying, oh, who you think you are? Or you think you this, or you think you that, you such and such and such and such. The reality is that they think that about you, not necessarily. Of course, you think that about yourself, but you have to fight and overcome some things to get to where you're going. So let's kind of take a step back. So the first thing you need to do is you need to know more. Educate yourself on the situation. Come up with a good exit strategy. Worst case scenario. Okay, if the business crumbles, the business fail, what do I do? All right, I'll go to school to be an attorney. Or you know what? I'll try this t-shirt business. Or okay, I sell all of this stuff and I'll go and I'll stay with somebody else, or I sleep in my car, or I go get a hotel, or maybe I'll be a truck driver, go up, get on the road, get my CDL. Whatever the situation is, come up in your mind a good exit strategy. Once you have a good exit strategy, then the enemy cannot mess with your mind the fear of what ifs, because you tell him, nuh-uh, because if that does happen, I got this, that, and the third. And the reality is you'll find out that that fear that you're fighting, you're nowhere near close to that. But that fear will keep you paralyzed from putting in the action and putting in the work that's required for you to be successful. That's thing number one, is know more. Thing number two is do more. The more that you do, the more that you do at it, the more that you work at it, the more that you do, the better at it you become. When you do those things and you walk those things out, the more you do that, the more you walk those things out, then what will end up happening is that you will begin to take that fear away. The fear of the unknown, or what'll experience, like what'll happen if you fail. And then you go out there and you fail, you dust yourself off, you do it again. All right. Second thing is do more. And the third thing, and I'm going to be out of your way, is say more. So write down say more. SAYMORE. Say more. So write down, type down say more if you're watching live. If you're watching right now on the replay, I want you to write down say more. What do I mean by say more? I am a firm believer of the law of energy. I know without a shadow of a doubt, without any equivocations, that death and life is in the power of the tongue. I would not have what I have right now. I would not be where I am right now if I did not first speak it into existence. So many people used to tell me, oh, who you think you are? Or you think you such and such. You think you this, you think you that. And I talked my way into a radio show. I talked my way into being a #1 bestseller. I used to say, I'm a #1 bestselling author. I'm going to be a #1 bestselling author. I'm going to write my book. Write my first book. I write my first book, and people would laugh at me. Family members laugh at me. Like, you can't even spell. Like, I can't spell to save my life. I can't spell to save my life. I mess up words all the time. I got a good editor. I was like, but I have great content. So I said, I'm going to be a #1 bestseller. I became a #1 bestselling author. I said, you know what? I'm never going to work for anybody ever again. I can't do it. I'm too woke. I end up even breaking somebody's neck. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I would say that I have a thriving business. I own a multi-million-dollar corporation. I would say it. I would speak it into existence every single day. I would speak it into existence every single day. I listen to, matter of fact, I'm going to link the video in the description. There's a video that I listen to every single morning, which is a daily confessions of, it's spiritual. So if you're not a spiritual person, it might offend you, but I'm a Christian. No equivocations. I'm a Christian. 10 toes down. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. And it is Dr. Bill Winston. And he is doing favor confessions. And I'm going to link that in the description. So if you're watching this on the replay, look in the descriptions. In the descriptions below, you're going to see a video to Dr. Bill Winston and the daily confessions that I would say. And I would speak that into existence. And I'm on track to be there. It might be, if not the end of 2017, it'll definitely be the 2018. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm E.DeanCole Financial. This is going to be $1 million corporation. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I see it clearly. We're on track. We're actually on track to be there by the end of this year. But I said all of that to say this. Say more. You have to speak it into existence. Whatever you say is what you will see. Whatever you say is what you will see. If you say that you're going to be defeated, you will be defeated. If you say that you're going to have a great day, you're going to have a great day. If you say that you're going to fail, then you're going to fail. If you say that you're stupid, then you're going to be stupid. If you say that you're ugly, then you're going to portray yourself as ugly. If you say that don't nobody want you, you're going to come off with a character that no one's going to want to be around you. Whatever you say is what you will see. But if you say, I'm sexy, You know what I'm saying? You sexy. If you say I'm wealthy, I'm wise. If you say that, then you will become that. If you say that you're wealthy, if you say that you're rich, you're going to connect yourself with people that are going to help you become wealthy. You're going to connect with people that's going to help you to realize your potential. If you say it, then you're going to see it. I believe that without any equivocations. Can't nobody tell E.DeanCole that don't work. Because the only reason why I'm here today is because it worked. I beat cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. You want to know why I'm a cancer survivor? Because I said that I'm going to beat cancer. I'm going to beat cancer. I'm going to be cancer free. I'm going to move back to Atlanta and I'm going to grow my business. I was in North Carolina when I had cancer. And I said, I got to get out of this po-buck town. And I'm going to get back into town with my baby. And I'm going to do well because my daughter was still living here because her mother was married at the time. So I said all of that to say this, that I said it and I saw it. There's so many things, the car that I drive, the house that I live in, the way that I carry myself, the things that I possess, the things that I have, I said it. Now, I might have said it years ago or I might have said it months ago. But the fact of the matter is that I said it until my office space, oh my gosh, I confessed for years, so much so that my daughter used to say, Daddy, there go your office space. I will be going down Georgia 400, going to work for somebody else to make them rich. And I say, there go my office space. There go my office space. Let's go my office space. I work there. And now I'm on the 30th floor in the Queen building. I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you that it's real. Can nobody tell me that that's not real? There's no evidence that you can present to me that's going to let me know that that's not real. So much so that I am so fertile in my heart and my mind that if I say a thing, it shall be established. I believe that without a shadow of a doubt, without any equivocation. So much so to when someone asks me, Dean, how are you doing? Guess what? I am winning. I am winning. That's my confession. My confession is that I am winning because I win every battle all the time. Yes, you have battles, but you overcome and you win them. And those are the three ways that you're able to overcome fear as an entrepreneur. You have to know more. The more you know, the less sting you have out of it, the less fear you have. The more you know, the less fear you have. Know more. Second thing is you need to do more. The more you experience, the less fear you have of doing that thing. The more times you fail, the closer you are to your success. The keep bumping your head and failing and keep bumping your head. That didn't work. You tried to do network marketing. That didn't work. You tried to do noni juice. That didn't work. You tried to do prepaid legal. That didn't work. You tried to do trading. That didn't work. You tried to do the slimming tea. That didn't work. You decide to write a book and it takes off. Or you decide to go after your dream to be an attorney and it takes off. Or you decide to go after your dream to get your own authority and it takes off. All you need is that one thing that you need to click and you're going to take off. And the cool thing about it is that when you take off, all the times you fail, you never remember them at all. They don't mean anything at all. Ask me how I know. So I said all of that to say this. Some of you guys are one failed relationship away from the marriage of your dreams. That's right. Some of you guys are one more pink slip away from having the business of your dreams. Some of you are one fight away from being one of the best motivational speakers that has ever been known to man. The more you do, the more you experience, the closer you are to your success. And the third thing is say more. Guard your heart and guard your mouth because what you say is what you see. If you speak negativity, you're going to see negativity. You're going to become a magnet to negativity. Negative things are going to just come and attract themselves to you. They call it Murphy's Law when you activate that negativity. But on the other side, if you activate that positivity and you speak positivity and you speak positive things, you're going to become a magnet to success. You're going to become a magnet to people. You're going to become a magnet to positions. You're going to become a magnet to possessions. You're going to become a magnet to prosperity. The more that you speak things into existence, you're going to position yourself and you're going to become magnetized for success. People are going to want to do good things for you because you're such a positive person. People are going to want to see you succeed because you're such a positive person. You're going to go into situations and you're going to be so calm, cool, and collected that you're just going to overcome. When other people fail, you're going to do extremely well because you have that positive nature about yourself. People love positive people. They're going to want to gravitate towards you because of your positivity. The more you speak things into existence, the more you will see things happen when you're cognizant of it. And then a really cool thing is going to happen. Then what people call is that people call it the law of favorability. Then you get what I call a winning streak. When it seems like every single thing you do, you just knock it out the park. That's how people like Kevin Hart become successful, because they tried so hard and everything they did failed till they just knocked it off the park. That's how people like Charlemagne the God become successful. He failed and failed and failed. Now he has all these different television shows and books. That's how E.DeanCole became successful. He failed and failed and failed, and now he has so many things where he's selling out and he got to hire new people all the time. I said all of that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have the ability to overcome your fear. Do it, try it, say it, experience it. You will be successful at it. I promise you. The only person that's stopping you from being successful is you. No situation, no circumstance, no skill. Anything that you don't know, you can learn it. Any situation that you are in, you can get yourself out of. Any circumstance that you fight, you can overcome it. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Just as sure as this shirt is black and just as sure as it is 1:47 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, you can overcome any obstacle. There's not one obstacle that can defeat you. Do you not know that you are more than a conqueror? Do you not know that you're made in the likeness and the image of a God that said things and he saw things? Don't you know that you are made in that image? Don't you know that devils fear and tremble when you make up in your mind you want to do something? That's who you are. The only person stopping you from being that successful mighty king or queen or warrior or empress is yourself. You are allowing fear to rob you. You are allowing public ridicule to rob you. You are allowing the snickers of people that don't matter rob you. You are allowing the false expectation to appear real and stop you from achieving the best out of life. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did enjoy this, let me know if you like it. If you disagree with me, tell me below why I'm wrong. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and share this. If you don't like this, hit the thumbs down button and share this to your people and tell them how dumb and stupid I am. Either way it goes, I want you to be successful and I want you to be great. And God, don't forget, go get them because success is waiting.